Hello everyone. Today I'm going to speak on the poem Night of the Scorpion, which is written by Nassim Ezekiel. So this poem is written by the poet who was born of a Jewish parentage. He was educated at Wilson College, Bombay, and he was considered to be a pioneer in creative contribution to Indian poetry in English. And his themes are alienation, spiritual emptiness, isolation, fragmentation with humor, comparison, and irony. So, talking about the poem, it is a much antholized poem taken from the exact name book. And in this poem, ordinary and commonplace are treated with simplicity. It is written in a free verse, conversational tone. So let's begin with the first stanza. I remember the night my mother was stung by a scorpion. 10 hours of steady rain had driven him to crawl beneath a sack of rice. So here the poet, or you can say the narrator, he remembers the incident of one night. It had been raining for 10 hours continuously, and a scorpion was forced to take shelter under a sack of rice. The poet's mother perhaps went there to get some rice out of the sack, and there she was stung by the scorpion. So in the dark room there was a flash of the scorpion's tail, and then it ran out again in the rain. So after reading the first stanza, we come to know that the poem is set in a village, and all the scenes which will be described later on in the poem will also be in the rural area. And people usually in the villages, they store wheat, maize and rice in the sacks and live in sun-baked wall homes, and very ordinary event of women being stung is described, and that incident has been turned into a poetic subject. So now coming to the second stanza, the villagers come to know that the poet's mother had been stung by a scorpion. They came running like swarms of flies. So there a simile has been made, a comparison between the people and the flies has been made. And these people, they were very superstitious, religious. That is why they repeated the name of God 100 times, and they thought that by doing so the scorpion would be immobilized. With candles and lanterns in their hand, they started looking for the scorpion, and their giant shadows on the sun-baked walls looked like scorpions as well. So though they tried hard, the scorpion was not to be found anywhere. So these lines show the sympathetic but superstitious attitude of the villagers. So coming to the next stanza, with every movement that the scorpion made, his poison moved in mother's blood. So now the villagers, they were unable to find the scorpion, but in despair they were also sympathetic towards the mother, and that's why they clicked their tongues. They said that with each movement of the scorpion, the poison in the mother's blood would also move. It would give her more pain and could also prove dangerous for her. So they wished that the scorpion didn't move and remained still at one place. The innocent villagers said that the mother's sufferings would burn the sins of her previous birth. So like this, the villagers were comforting the mother, and they said that her present suffering would lessen the misfortunes of her next birth. And here the poet is twisting a common religious belief. It is commonly believed that our present sufferings are the result of our sins in the previous life, but here the sufferings of the mother has been shown as an investment, the reward for which she will reap in the next line. So here in this stanza we can say that the people or the villagers, they are ignorant and their superstitions are described, and with every movement of the scorpion they believe that the poison in mother's blood will also move. So you can say the people are really very backward, ignorant. And coming to the next stanza, may the poison purify your flesh of desire and your spirit of ambition, they said, and they sat around. So now all the villagers, they were very much superstitious, they were empathetic towards the mother, and that is why they all were sitting around the poet's mother and started making prayers. They prayed that the mother's pain might diminish the sum of evil as compared with the sum of good in this unreal world. They also prayed that the poison injected by the scorpion into the mother's body might purify her body as well as her soul. So, while they thus sat around the mother and prayed, there was a piece of understanding on each face. But the mother was continuously twisting through and through on the mat, groaning in pain. So this stanza tells us that the neighbors are very friendly, and that is why they have come to the mothers to ask about her well-being, and there is a piece of understanding on everybody's face, and they believe that poison would purify her flesh of desire. But still the rain is going on and more insects are coming towards the house, but mother is continuously twisting and turning in pain. Coming to the next stanza, my father skeptic rationalist trying every curse and blessing. Now the villagers had done everything which was in their power they could do, but the father was not like the villagers. He was a skeptic person, he was a rationalist, and he tried every curse and blessing. He tried every powder, mixture, herb and paraffin. He even poured a little paraffin upon the bitten toes and put a little match to the mother's toes, but still nothing happened. The poison was continuously tormenting the mother. And then there also came a holy man who performed his rites. He started chanting his mantras, but still the mother was continuously twisting and turning in pain, and after 20 hours it lost its sting on its own. So here we can see that the father was very concerned for the well-being of the mother, but he was a skeptic, and so on his own he treated the bitten toes of the mother with powder mixture, and he also brought a holy man to the mothers, and the holy man tried to tame the poison by chanting hymns, and he performed his rites, but the poison lost its effect after 20 hours. So, coming to the last stanza of the poem, my mother only said, "Thank God the scorpion picked on me and spared my children." So, this stanza, it shows the true face of an Indian mother, and it shows that the mother was, although she had been continuously crying in pain for the last 20 hours, but still she was thankful to God that the scorpion had picked on her and spared her children. So here we can see the mother's heart is glorified, and unmindful of her pain and suffering, she always wishes that no harm could come to her children. So mother's reaction is very beautiful and expected, and he recalls his mother's reaction after painful. The poet recalls here the painful reaction after a painful experience, and she was extremely thankful to God that the scorpion picked on her and spared her children, and she also forgets all her pain and suffering. So in conclusion, we can say that it's a nostalgic poem recounting a past experience, and it leaves a very deep effect on the reader, and the reader can visualize the whole poem when he is reading the poem. So thank you.